All right, ladies and gents. Excited to be casting this one. This is the final quarterfinal. And yes, I'm a scrub. Sorry, got to put that up there. The final quarterfinal in Battle of Africa 3. If you watched the third one, you probably got to hear Mem, the host of this event. Happy to be able to cast with him and happy to be back here casting solo with you guys for the fourth one. GamerLegion, one of the best teams of all time. Now, they have changed their teams over their very long history, and I could probably make a whole video on that history. But the team has been tight. The team has been consistent for a better part of a decade now. Actually, I think it's fair to say a decade now. That's how long a lot of these players have been together. And we have the king. We have the Viper in the yellow. He's playing Burgundians in the middle here on Donut. We've got his buddy Jordan playing as the Byzantines on this side. And then we have Tato in the red playing as the Malay on the other side. Up against Tato, we have a player who has massively improved this year. We have Classicpro. Classicpro is playing as the Vietnamese. His pocket is running a player that did not play with this team prior to this event. They brought him in. Running's a German player who didn't really have anywhere else to fit. But man, is he good. And he has looked really good with these guys. He's playing as the Franks, and then he's teamed up with Vinch, and he's playing as the Incas. So if you were to... I'll give you guys about 30 seconds as I talk a little bit more about running. But if you were to say there was a theme for this event, what would you say it is? And I'll wait for people to say it, but running is a guy who fills a gap that was needed because Vinchester and Classicpro, they are more flank-style players. They love the Archer Micro, and I guess I'm hinting at it at this point, but I think running, at least in what I saw on the group stage, has been very good. And you guys are saying Africa. Okay, what I was saying, no, not good teams smash bad teams. No, not exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking Archer Scout. That's very much been the theme. That's a conversation virtually every game. Even maps where there's water, there's not a lot of deviation from that. I predict 4-2 here for GamerLegion. It's hard not to have faith in this team. But apparently Vinchester said that GamerLegion would not be making it to the semifinals. So he confidently stated that. I like the self-belief. I respect the self-belief. We'll see if the self-belief is going to be based on reality here. Now, what's interesting about 3v3s is that the middle player is going to be supplying with army, and they can choose one side. So if Viper is making scouts, which is to be expected here, which side is he going to go to? And then if he's going to one side, is the other pocket going to that side? And those are the things you have to really figure out. It gets quite complicated, too, because at times, you think you're in a good position, and then you move out and suddenly you're doubled because you don't have an idea of what the pocket player is doing. So yeah, just things to think about. Great job from Jordan here. Jordan adding the little palisade wall. It looks like GamerLegion very much want to get their villagers in the wood line as far as possible for efficiency. Viper here has done the same. The wood line's very awkward. And occasionally, if you look hard enough, there's this long hole that you'll find. I remember an instance where you could run like the whole way through the middle. I think they fixed that now. But again, right here, there's a gap. I think here. Nope. But yeah, here's an instance of it, actually. You run through here, loop all the way through, and you can access Viper's side. What's the scouting look like? It's a big thing to look at the scouting. There's Classicpro. Hasn't seen too much from Tato, actually. Tato making militia. Tato sees the scout here from Classicpro. He's actually behind in the scout war here, so he won't want to take an engagement. I understand the previous series was a 4-0. I don't see this one being a 4-0. I know GamerLegion's amazing, but I can actually believe that we could have AI taking a win or two and maybe more. And look at this. This could be the start of it. Vinchester's here. Jordan wants more on wood as he's on his way up for archers. And running is also here. Like, this should be a villager kill. This should definitely be a villager kill. I'm shocked they're not engaging right now. But maybe they're happy with the idle time. I mean, that is half the reason you want to make the drush at times. Jordan. Can he save his vills? Oh, he could lose 2 here. He did bring a scout in. It's so annoying to have to micro this if you're Jordan right now. Keep an eye on his resources. We'll see if he can get the barracks down and also get the archer range. Now, maybe they're waiting until running is in feudal here because running scout will get more HP and also extra attack. Jordan will probably need to place some palisades. And, oh, Up, up, up. Running's like, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. Jordan trying. Okay, Feudal's about to hit. I think you just engage now. I think you wait, and then you go back and you engage. Boom. Big attack. Boom. Now. Now. Rah. A fighting. Ha. Who. Ha. He. Kill. Kill. They kill the scout. I'm sure they're happy there. Jordan's not loving life. Meanwhile, we have a similar little dance on this side. I told you these teams are good. Look at this. Classicpro, he's on his own against the same exact strategy. And Viper now in Feudal. He takes the engagement. Classicpro loses. And Jordan actually ended up getting the walls down. I don't know. It's a little hard to judge, but I would say at the moment it is much better for GamerLegion, as it's 2 militia, 2 scouts. Again, villagers should be dying here. I'm impressed with how the players have been able to defend their vills. Yeah, Classicpro, he can try and click wall all he wants. He'll lose that one. He will lose this one. And that is an amazing start for GamerLegion. 2 villagers down on one flank, and then 0 villagers down on the other one. That said, whoa, what is this? Vinchester kind of changing the meta here. He's coming forward with Incas. And he added more militia, so now he has man-at-arms. And guys, I could actually see him taking Jordan's archer range out. Because at the moment, the only thing that Jordan's going to have to defend his range is going to be 1 archer. And look at Vinch immediately attacking there. I think you attack the range, you follow this up with your archers, and then that's going to mean Jordan's going to need to receive some type of help. Look at this pressure from running. Jordan could actually lose his wood. He might need to tower, and look at the thinking. Yeah, he's like, oh, man. Big problems for me if I don't get a tower up. Jordan, I actually think, has played really well considering the circumstances so far. Where's Viper headed? Viper's going to head to this side. Yeah, Viper hearing that from Jordan. I think originally wanted to go to Tato's side. Tato walled. Tato safe. Tato making archers. Same with Classicpro. Villagers for Vinchester have traveled a long way. And I'm not sure if they noticed it. I'll check now. Yeah, they did notice the tower foundation. But Jordan could only afford 1 tower. And what a great move and a gutsy move from Vinch to say, okay, I know what I'll do then. I'll just tower the goal. Oh my god. Some of the bots on this platform are just freaking hilarious, man. Like on Twitch, it was like, do you want to be famous? Blah, 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 blah. Or like there are some legitimate spam bots where like with like phishing links and whatnot. But like bots anywhere are ridiculous. We get some crazy stuff here from time to time. That tower is up and makes life awkward for Jordan, but not too bad. He can still take this gold. I just wonder how this pressure is going to snowball onto Viper right now. Tato just waiting for the pressure. Reminder, you cannot wall on this stone. And running is pretty far away from all this, right? He's making a stable, or he's making scouts from this stable. The Viper should have more scouts. And Viper pre-towering his woodline. I mean, overall, in terms of the control of the game, this has actually been much better for AI so far. They have GamerLegion on the back foot. But will GamerLegion have the patience to be able to wait it out and then strike at the proper time? It feels like this army will get cleared the second Viper sees it. Let's see if Viper's tower... Yep, there you go. The Viper will know about it. The Vinchester hiding, running away. This is a pretty unimportant army right now for Vinchester. Here we have the ranged units, and Tato, with a great start, kills 2 units. I don't think Vinchester, or Classicpro, excuse me, was really sure what Tato was up to. Didn't have his scout, remember. He lost it, so he shows up, and Tato's just trying to use his scout to bait. He's like, hey, hit me. Hit me, I dare you. Hit me. God, GamerLegion's playing so amazing, man. The level of this series is so much higher than the previous series. It's not as if Classicpro has made any mistakes here or anything. But, you know, he's fallen behind because of Tato's brilliance. Tato now using the market to up to the next stage. As he does that, though, loses an archer. And then here comes Vinch. Vinch actually has the stone for another tower. But I don't know if he can place this tower. These villagers are kind of stranded right now. Look at all the ranged units here for Jordan. And oh my goodness, this is really, really good for GamerLegion. Well played, Jordan, to know that he could just shift golds. The pre-tower on his woodline was amazing, and Vinchester could be in trouble now. waiting for Age of Empires bots. There actually are Age of Empires scam ads. Have you guys ever seen advertisements for like mobile games that pretty much ripped Age of Empires screenshots? Have you guys ever seen that stuff? I get that stuff all the time. Or at least I did in the past. But it's not, it wouldn't show up to a stream chat to do that stuff. But I have seen that. Okay. From what I've been told, a lot of those companies are in countries that can't really be legally prosecuted by Microsoft. So sneaky from them, I guess. Oh, here comes Vinch. Sneaky move. Jordan does see it, and he's able to tell Viper that he needs the support here. I just noticed, though, Running does have more HP on his scouts. Running also researched forging, so I think if Vinchester's archer number would have been the same, they would be crushing Jordan right now. But Jordan has more archers because he played into the ranges. He's been on 2 ranges for a while. Vinchester only on 1. And at the moment, I look back at Tato's side. Tato will likely be in Castle Age faster. And when I say faster, I mean way faster. Maybe that was due to the villagers lost there from Classicpro or something. But I don't know, man. With Viper being in Castle Age faster as well. Jordan's playing it safe just in case. But look at this. Already on stone, so we can make more towers. Military count is better for GamerLegion. They will be able to push their advantages when they're in the Castle Age. And not a fight that Classicpro wants to take here either, by the way. It looks even, but with a couple skirms in there, it is definitely an advantage for Tato. And Tato with some good micro, Classicpro with decent micro. What does Classicpro do here? He's not even close to clicking up. Yikes, man. Again, the drush hit him. Just think of the difference. The difference has been between Jordan's execution and Classicpro's execution. And actually, I guess you can say the players who had the militia and the scouts also under or over executed on either side. It was kind of the same game before Vinchester came forward. And now Tato, oh man, he's got to be so hyped for this. He could actually send all of his pressure over to Running if he wants to. Running at home, adding the 3rd stable, I think that AI recognized that they're going to need more knight support. And then that's largely due to the fact that Jordan, I think, is going to be overwhelming Vinchester. But again, if Tato sees stone walls, there's an opportunity for him to just simply run right to the pocket player here. Ads like that made me return to AoE after 10 years. Really? You know, I downloaded one of them once, and I never tried to play it. Because I thought it would be really fun content to make a video on those games. I don't know what they look like when you're in the game. But I'm not a big mobile game guy, and obviously I don't see how that would really be easy. Vinchester up, and wow, is Jordan not up? Well, Jordan just clicked. Forgive me, guys, for not noticing that. That's a noob caster moment on my part. But he does have the towers. Right, so he's protected for the most part from crossbows. Here comes Tato. I think Running has been looking for this. Tato hits the farm instead. But now it's taken so long for Tato that Running could possibly engage this on his own. I think what's amazing for the GamerLegion team, though, is that Viper doesn't have to really do a ton right now. Jordan's still okay. Viper can focus on his economy. And whereas Running has to react to this. And the Burgundian economy is already insane in Feudal Age. But look at this. Viper with the Imp wood upgrade in Castle Age. And he's going to add Town Center number 3 right now. Doing his best to prop up Jordan. Jordan has kind of underperformed on this map every time I've seen him play here. Oh, but Classicpro, why are you here? I think he had the right idea, but he showed up way too early. Ouch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like 8 crossbows or soon-to-be crossbows went down there. And now they have to engage. Once the upgrades come in, now they have to chase down Tato. The Viper sniping some vills. The other villagers are actually in here. There's 2 of them on top of each other there. But yeah, Jordan will have his upgrades. Viper's looking really good. GamerLegion's position, not bad. Big fight over here, and Tato's had an amazing game. Hit and run micro from him, getting as much value as possible from his crossbows. And must be so annoying for Running. Because the best archer players show why melee pathing sucks in Age of Empires. There's a lot of bumping. It actually doesn't look too terribly bad here, but Tato was able to get away. What Jordan did a great job of here was focusing on his army count. I know his uptime was late, but that's largely due to how defensive he had to play with the towers, and then also how much army he was making. So later to Castle Age, but when he arrives, his numbers look amazing. And Viper's here. Viper has +2. He has Cavalier. Vinchester will get completely destroyed here. And now I don't think this is winnable anymore. And yeah, they don't think so either. They call the GG. And man, an impressive game for GamerLegion. I think, again, you know, kind of said it already, but it was really cool how we had 2 militia, 2 scouts against 1 player. Jordan lost 0 villagers to that attack. 0. Also, had to deal with a lot, too. You had the archer range, you had the tower. He had to reposition on golds. Jordan played amazingly well to not take losses. Meanwhile, Classicpro lost 2 vills. And then Tato was able to beat him to the next stage. Maybe a big reason why you picked the Malay here, because they're so fast. And, I mean, Viper did his thing, right? I mean, was he troubled at all this game? I guess he added a tower, but it was never really a big deal. I like this strategy, but I think what was the most important here was actually taking Jordan off of wood. Because when you take Jordan off of gold, he can just move to another gold, and you're not trapped. You don't have any issues getting there. If you take Jordan off of wood here, if Jordan doesn't make this tower, yeah, technically there's more wood around, and it's more plentiful, but he would have been trapped, right? So if they would have gotten in here, Jordan probably is just dead at that point because he would lose 10 villagers. So again, credit Jordan for his defense there, and GG. All right, so GamerLegion took game number 1. It was a very good game. It wasn't very long. I actually thought AI played well, but it was impressive what we were able to see from GamerLegion. Now, important talking point already, as we have Viper and we have running to the middle to place their docks. Now, we have actually seen villagers die in previous sets going out here, because everyone knows that's going to be happening. So, nice to see Viper and running are placing palisade walls just in case. Lithuanians receive 150 extra food, and so what you do is you do not have the normal amount on food because you don't need that. You just take straggler trees, get your dock up, and get a few fishing ships out. That's the idea. Persians start with +50 wood and then +50 food, so it's actually a bit easier for them to place the dock. A bit harder for them to make vills, but it's the same idea. And so those two have done the same thing. For GamerLegion, we have Tato, who's gone for the Portuguese. Tato's on the flank, and then the other flank we have Jordan playing as the Dravidians. And then in the blue, we have Classicpro, who has gone for the Mongols. I thought we might see Mongols here. And then the other flank on the other side of running would be Vinchester, who's playing as the Vikings. So again, there's not a ton of deviation on strategies on this map. Typically, it's going to be small differences in how they do it. Like, you might have Viper go 2 docks, for example. You might have the same thing for running. There's different ideas to it. But I would say the most important thing is going to be how healthy is the economy for Viper, and does Viper have scouts out in feudal age? I think Viper and running, I think they both need to prioritize that. And that's where it gets tricky, because you want food to be able to fund all of that. But if you start to control the food too much, then you don't have scouts because you didn't invest into land. So that's always why you probably have the best player in the middle. And I don't think running is necessarily the best player actually for his team, but I do think he's the best player maybe for this role. Yeah, let's check how many fish are in the ponds. Okay, so there's 9 now. So we determined yesterday that the number can vary, because I looked back and we saw examples where there's 10, 9, and 8. And with 225 food of fish, that does matter. I don't know. That's probably not a bug, because I think a lot of water maps will vary a little bit. But just something to think about there. Why can you drink a drink, but you can't eat and eat? Good question. I have no answers there for you. But I think Vinchester is going to be happy that he's up against Tato. Because if you think back to the previous game, Classicpro kind of had a tough time here. So, I don't know. It's like Jordan probably just as good with archers on the other side. But I think if I had to choose one archer player, like let's say this was a 2v2 and I wanted to choose someone to be that second player with Viper and have that person going archers, I think I would always choose Tato. But I think this matchup is a little bit better because I think Vinchester is slightly ahead of Classicpro. All right, so will we see the one villager on gold strategy from the pockets? Running about to click up. He's getting loom. I'd be shocked if either Viper or Running were to place a mining camp on the gold. I should know this, but I think it's 55 gold for a fire. No, I think it's 45 gold for a fire galley, which means after loom, both players could afford one. And you see the one underneath the 50 there? Boom. This is what I'm talking about. All right, so this means Running is going to aim to make 2 fire galleys at least. He's going to compete for water, but it doesn't seem like he'll actually add a second dock. Viper Scout moving out. It's not a villager. Viper doing the same thing. So, similar ideas between these two. Very close start. Viper's actually up to feudal age a little later, which is why it says he has one more eco. On this side, we'll probably have straight archers. Dravidians receiving plus 200 wood when they arrive to that next stage really helps with that. And I think Dravidians fit the role perfectly here. I don't think that they're necessarily the best, right? You have Britons out there, Ethiopians, Mayans, etc. But I don't think Portuguese are necessarily the best either. When there's a draft, you are going to have situations where you need civs that get the job done. What's this for Jordan? If he loses this range to this scout, I'm going to lose my mind. Classicpro, attack it. Oh! Sorry to yell, but oh my god, the range would have gone down. Oh, geez. Can you imagine? It was 4 HP. That was weird, man. And here's the range for Vinchester on this side. And oftentimes, teams are going to end up towering here. So, if you tower your gold, you can't tower your wood. And if you tower your wood, you can't tower your gold. There's the ranges here for Tato. All right. I love how boldly Tato moves out with armies and controls the game. I'm excited to watch him here. Because there's a lot more open space. Donut was a bit more closed off. On the water, now we look. There's signaling from Viper, just pointing certain things out. Viper's making fire galleys. Running's making fire galleys. So you know what's really stupid? Stupid as in silly on this map? Is that because there's no shorefish, they're never going to leave villagers here. And so you can't repair your ships. And so there's a world where, let's say you only make 2 fire galleys each. It's a world where one person wins with, like, I don't know, 1 HP. And that fire ship cleans the whole pond. So pay attention to whoever gets the first hit here. Oh, Running blocking with the fish. I love that. That's massive. I love that. What a play. And I know it's just a couple HP, but just wait. Because now Viper has to make something else, and he doesn't have the resources for it yet. It's had to move out. No. We have a little move from Jordan. And Viper's sending his scouts over to Jordan's side. Is this something that Classicpro was able to scout? I don't think so, but he did just kill Jordan's scout. So now Jordan knows that the army's likely moving out. This is where you'll see a tower, guys. Oh, so good. So good. So he knows now, and he knows where to wait, and they're going towards the pocket. Meanwhile, Vinchester scouting Tato sees Tato's army, so he knows where to look. And he also has towered the wood. He's also housed, but he's fixing that. How's the water looking right now? Wait, what? What happened? What? Remind me to look back at this. I'm actually really curious what happened there, but Viper has the lead. There would have been no repairing, so that's why I'm a little confused. I'm guessing that maybe the ships weren't engaging, or Viper blocked with fish. You can see how weak the fish are. Look at the blocking. That's funny. That's probably what Viper did, actually, to get a kill. Viper will be happy to, of course, kill the fish. And actually, Micro's back nicely here. If this could lead to Viper winning the water. Here comes, this is the army we have to focus on now. We have scouts and we have archers heading towards Running. And I don't think Running has any clue this is happening. And I don't know if Classicpro has communicated this to his team. Meanwhile, Tato all over Vinchester. And a good fight for him. Oh, it's an amazing fight, actually. And the scouts from running coming back to defend him. Not the end of the world, though. This is where the problems come in. Running now needs to take his goats. Running now needs some scouts because Viper's got scouts. And there's archers here from Jordan. And yeah, Viper has 1 water now. Kind of, sort of. Yes. The Viper's getting a little more value from the fish. Pressure, obviously, for the AI team to be able to move out and do some damage now. GamerLegion just looking stronger. I'm very confused what happened to Classicpro's army. I'm going to assume that he overextended a little bit against Jordan here. I'd have to look at the KDs, and I'd love to do so, but I got to focus on this too. Let's see. KD. Yeah, really bad game for Classicpro. 3 kills, 8 deaths for him. And another game where I thought the start was decent for AI, but GamerLegion just doing GamerLegion things. At this point, you give up on water. Viper will benefit from all the food on the water there. Viper also has no real pressure to make more scouts here. Now, he did actually make a lot. He's got another group somewhere. We'll keep an eye out for that. But at this point, I think after Bloodlines, you're pretty happy with what you produced, and you can kind of just fall off. Viper with lots of farming eco at home. Obviously, good clear up there from AI. And now maybe an opportunity for counterattack. But, oh, Jordan! How did he get there? Sneaky Jordan gets to the wood line. What in the world, man? That's another instance where on this side, I'm just like, what in the world? Jordan getting the better of Classicpro. And now you have Viper and you have Tato showing up with the next wave, and they're on Vinchester. So the flanks are dominating. Viper's dominated. And Viper's even here as well. Where isn't Viper right now? My goodness, man. This could be another stomp today, guys. I said 4-2 because I wasn't sure if GamerLegion would come out firing on all cylinders. I think we can officially say that they're firing on all cylinders. Jordan, amazing defense in game number 1. Tato played so well there too. And oh, man. Oh, it just gets worse. Running has cooked up to Castle H. And Running will obviously feel the pressure to add some knights, maybe get some relics as well because he's Lithuanians. But yeah, Archer's down, man. And Viper, okay, so Viper gets hit here. Also, somehow doesn't lose that villager. A Viper will probably just ask Tato to send a few units. That should be dealt with. Not bad. Viper needs to click up. Actually, really late to clicking up. I think that's the way back into the game for AI, is if Running is able to get those knights out. But Running doesn't have a tower here, guys. He does not have a tower to protect his gold miners. And Tato's going to take 1. Tato's going to take 2. Tato should take 3, actually. Even though she's close. Yep, 3 villagers. Sick. And also, Jordan has come over here to help. So Jordan and Tato here to protect Viper. Viper's like, hey, if you don't come save... First person to clear up this army doesn't get replaced by Doubt. Not that Viper would say that. Nice snipe there from Vinchester, though. He found a weak villager on a farm. Viper will be back on gold. This army will not be any type of threat. But a bit of momentum now for AI. Look at this. Classicpro moving out untracked. Could go to Viper. Could also go over to Jordan. So it's funny how things will turn around once you have one army that's not tracked properly. Also, this archer army for Tato could easily be killed by Running. But the economy difference is just not pretty right now. Particularly with Classicpro. Classicpro needs to keep his army alive because if he doesn't have army, there's no way he recovers economically here. Good micro. Okay, Tato finding a safe little spot. No way, dude. Okay, we need to clip this. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Viper is parking his scouts probably on stand ground, and he's created a barrier so Tato can get the crossbow upgrades. That is brilliant, man. It feels crazy to say, but I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that before. Look, Running just patrols here, and look how ineffective this is. I have seen players hide in the woodlines themselves, but I've never seen an instance where the leftover scouts make this much of a difference. Tato will have his upgrades coming in here shortly. This is perfect. It's just enough where he can get his upgrades and get more value there. Wow, man. What a play that was. Play of the day, obviously. Look, the scouts are still there. And now look at the upgrades. So now he kills the knight. This should have been a dead army. And now running has to deal with this. Man, I would be so annoyed if I was running. I would be like, are you kidding me? I had the army there. And now this crossbow army, it might run. It might loop over to a wood line. You have to respect it. So what that means is you can't move out. And if you can't move out, Viper's like, sup. And he drops the town centers here. Massive force from Jordan. Another game where he was later to the next stage, but he has so much more in the way of numbers. He did take some losses to Classicpro, but it was nothing crazy, and his micro is looking good. But Classicpro is looking better. But Jordan is advancing because he knows numbers will matter here. And yeah, Jordan mops it up. Guys, GamerLegion. I mean, if that wasn't an example of how good GamerLegion's playing, I don't know what is. GamerLegion looking amazing, and yeah, the GG's called. Potentially an early GG in some of your eyes, I know. But at the end of the day, Viper, his economy is so much better than Running's. There's no possible way for Vinchester over here to be able to do any damage to Tato. Tato will have more army than him. And then on this side, Tato's going to loop in and hit Classicpro. And then Jordan's already here as well. And Running just can't help. He just cannot get to a point where he can help. And I know you can get a few relics with Lithuanians. And I know that you can get the extra attack. But what you really need is knight numbers. And I just don't think he's hit a spot where he can do that. Okay, so very quick games here in these quarterfinals. Let me go back, actually, to the water fights, if you don't mind. Because I got excited about that first hit. Okay, we saw this. Whatever. Okay, there's the fishing ship block. Okay, so what happens now? Aha! So Viper blocked with the fishing ships. And then it was like Running realized, but what's most likely happening is he's distracted with just something else he has to do. And then we looked back here and we were like, wait a second, how on earth does Viper have the lead? You can do that. The fire ships will tank the shots from the fires. And Viper didn't lose a fish. Obviously, then Running's like, oh, great idea. He's like, great idea. This is fantastic. And he did it a little later on. But yeah, great job from Viper there. Honestly, though, I think the flanks are outperforming too. It's not like it's just Viper, just Tato, just Jordan. I think the flanks for GamerLegion are also playing better than the flanks for AI. Not a great sign, right? There's not a single player for AI that's actually outperforming or getting ahead of GamerLegion. And here we are. All right, game number 3. Let's see if GamerLegion can maintain this dominant form because they have looked really good. Vinchester, you know, I look at him now in the teal. He's playing as the Koreans. And I think back to his tower play in game number 1. Will he feel the need to do that again here? Or will he play somewhat standard? Because he is up against the Mayans. I think Mayans versus Koreans, I would always prefer the Mayans. But Koreans always have what it takes against strong archer civs if they can get a lot of towers, wagons, skirmishers, things like that. Jordan heading forward. I doubt this is to wall. I think this is to lame, actually. So he's gone forward with his eagle. He's stealing 2 goats. That's awesome. And he's going to maybe shoot down the hunt here. And if he could also find the hunt here, I mean, he's just trying to set Vinchester as far back as possible. Vinchester's just scouting, like, oh, yep, just another day in the life, just hanging out. Life is great, down 2 games to GamerLegion. But he's going to have to react to this. This is the strategy we have seen before. Viper playing his pocket in the yellow, Viper playing as the Cumans. And then in the green, we have Running, who's playing as the Poles. Pocket's the middle position. You expect a lot of booming. Poles and Cumans can obviously both do that. Did the villager just die there? Or was the elephant... Guys, I don't know if there's a dead body behind that. But the way it was moving, I thought I heard the elephant make a noise, but maybe I clicked it. Nah, he wouldn't have taken it yet. Never mind, I'm just stupid. Ooh, Jordan... Maybe trying to get a wall in here to lame the elephant. This is more aggressive than I thought. I thought he would shoot all this down. Guess he didn't do that. But yeah, I thought he would shoot it down and then just go home. Yeah, okay, no potties underneath it. Population looks good. Super annoying to deal with this because all you can really do is send your scout and then one villager or two villagers in this case to chase it. And Jordan could palisade. Boom. Palisade shoots it down, running away. Vinchester, I'm sure, is very happy with life right now. In the north, I won't look there because we have to watch the villager, but Tato has Saracens. Saracens are known for being the wall breakers. Very good at being aggressive against walls with their archers in team games. Great micro from Jordan, honestly. This has been really good. We'll see if he saves the villager, but Jordan making it back home right now. And then Tato in the north is up against Classicpro, who's playing as the Bohemians, and I think he has to have a really strong game here. I think that's where they have an edge. Elsewhere, I'm not too sure. Ooh, man, this is really close. Jordan wants a quick wall. If he goes around the corner, he can get it. Oh, my goodness, man. And now run. Now, if you see the villagers, run. Oh, no, and he kills the scout as well. Jordan, don't lose your scout. Oh, what a great play from Jordan. And now Vinchester can't track this that easily. Look, he attacked the palisade thinking she'd still be there. But she's off. Oh, wait a second. How long has Vinch been here? Has he shown that he's here? What? Oh, hi. Okay. So this villager's here. I guess Jordan will know because he'll look over here. And I think this will surprise him. Well, that's good from Vinch. And Vinch is also going to be able to take what's left of this food with those two villagers, I guess. I think there's a chance Jordan forgets about this villager when he goes to deal with this one. If he goes to deal with this one. But yeah, very lamey over there. Jordan, boop! Cage of Empires, and then just double back. Oh, yeah. And Vinch goes back, and now Vinch is like, oh, man. Are there lions on this map? I think there's no... Oh, there is a lion. Okay. Shh. Okay. This villager... Again, I assume is something that Jordan knows about, but he's shown no reaction to this. Oh, gosh, man. Boop. Oh, wait. Jordan could be in trouble now, actually. He's trying to send militia in. He's trying to drush this to hit the vills. Okay, ring around the rosy. It would take 2 more hits for Vinch, by the way, because Jordan said 3 HP. He can't get a palisade down there now, so small mistake from Jordan. Around the corner, he can place one here. Right here? No. Now? Okay. He can't pull a Viper. It's not possible. And doink! Running gets the kill. Meanwhile, over here, we have a drush. Obviously, I've been very focused on the villager shenanigans. I don't even know where Vinchester's villager is anymore, but I know that he was hit here by the drush. I don't love the idea of Jordan drushing with 2 militia. Oh, here's the villager. Okay. I was going to say normally a 2 militia drush is only good if your scout actually has a lot of HP, but if you're not going to kill villagers, it could still be fine if you delay. And oh man, he might end up getting it. Block. Got him. Oh, this is huge, man. Feeling really bad for AI right now. Every team communicates a little bit differently, but, you know, in my experience, teams are always sharing this information, and running will already recognize that Viper is going to be beasting it up on the other side. We have scouts from Viper. Whoa. That's different. Oh, that's very different. And Tato already has archers on the way over, too. Oh, actually, hold on. Tato saves the Oh, he lost the villager. Okay, he's not. He is human. A good work from Classicpro then. And Classicpro committing to another one. And will Classicpro get it? 2 villagers with 2 militia? Boink! Got him. Great stuff. Okay, now we have militia from Vinchester. This game's been crazy, man. We had a little 360 spin from Vinch. Jordan will pull 1 vill and then fight. Yep. This is fine. But yeah, Viper's scouts better get some value. Because what we're seeing from running is a fast castle. And typically, you have the Kuman player not add military, and they go for the second TC right away. So this actually delays Viper's boom, which could mean that running could gain a lead over Viper, which is not the norm. Now, if he's able to use the scouts to assist Tato, then it's a completely different story. But I don't know, man. 3 scouts? Oh, he's in the middle right now. Okay, so he actually has one here, looking to see what running is doing. He's got the other scouts here. And I guess he might even make another one here. I guess he's hoping to maybe kill Vils. Maybe trying to tell Tato. I bet you he'll tell Tato to send these archers towards the middle because Tato's stonewalling. Look at Classicpro. Classicpro's expecting Tato to push. He might even know Viper's made some scouts, so he's bracing himself for it. But Tato just says, nope, screw that, and I'll go mid. And yeah, Viper just waiting. Waiting till running chops through, but running will still get the second TC. And I think running will have a great opportunity to carry here. Look how he's playing this. Bulls get 10% of the farm's food when you place the farm around the full work. They get it instantly. He rushes the Castle Age wood upgrade before making any farms. And his food count will be really solid here. Meanwhile, we have Militia just fighting each other, which looks pretty freaking comical. And then Classicpro is thinking, well, where's Tato? I don't think there's a hole there. He's trying to click behind, and then his units won't move. So now he's fixing it. And all right, this is what I think is going to be the most important thing in the game. Will running decide to go for a TC on the outer ring? And not even that, will Classicpro overchop and not realize he's exposed? Because you could have archers out of position for Classicpro. He might now come to the middle himself, though. It's actually beneficial for... Hold on, did Viper just snipe a farm? Viper's waiting for the farm foundations. For some reason, a farm foundation has 1 HP when you place it. And so you could snipe the farm foundations, and that's a waste of wood for the enemy. But look, again, running doesn't see this. But also, Viper's Vil count is not massively ahead. Oh, man, Viper's probably like, okay, we got to stop him from getting to the middle. And boom, good reaction from running, though. Very good reaction from him. He might lose 1 Vil, but only losing 1 villager is not the end of the world compared to what that could have been had he overchopped. And here comes Classicpro to support. Vinchester is most likely going into War Wagons when he makes it to Castle. Jordan is already on the way up, though. And Jordan will probably send his archers to the middle. So GamerLegion has just had overall the better uptimes. I think that will continue to be the case as we see a castle for running. What? I didn't realize he had that much stone. But that will probably confuse GamerLegion. So he's going for Obuks and not Knights? I mean, that would be good against Viper's Knights, but it's also slow. It's not so good against Archers. Huh. I mean, running is a really good boom player. He's a very good arena player. He's experienced with these settings. Oh, he might go for the unique tech. Okay, yeah. Okay, the barracks tells me. I'm going to back off on that. He is going to go for Knights. And he just wants to rush the unique tech, which means he can get the cheap Knights. I like that. I think what's amazing about this is that he actually had the second town center before the castle, so his eco is actually pretty solid. I think it could be better if he can get the 3 TCs down, but if he goes for the third town center, then maybe he's not in a good enough position to get the military on the map when he needs it. Yeah, look at this. You have Tato here on the wood line for Vinch, so Vinch can't escape yet either. But Vinch will make wagons, no problem. There's nothing that is really happening here that's going to stop him from making wagons. I don't know. Like, Jordan's crossbows are going to look kind of bad against wagons. And then Classicpro should have a lot of archers himself. Is he still not clicked here, though? Oh, man, he's still not up. That is really slow. This is funny, though. It's almost so absurd that a player who's this late to the next stage would move out, that I don't think Jordan will expect this. Yeah, he sees it now. And okay, the archers are just going to run away. I think I would just go for damage, because there's no way you escape here. Yeah, Jordan's going to see you. Viper needs to be told about this, though. Viper has to be careful. I'm sure he's aware. And yeah, he's just going to bring his scouts back, and Viper wants his third TC. All right, again, you guys know me. I don't know how to say this freaking Polish tech. So I call it the Sriracha privilege. It's not Sriracha, it's Sazlachla or something. But the technology's in now. Knights are 60% off with their gold cost. And you know the food is there with Poles around these folwarks. So Viper might have a slightly better economy, but because of adding the scouts, which I don't think has actually been worth it, he doesn't have that massive eco lead that you sometimes expect from Cumans. Third TC just now going up for him. So he hasn't been ahead on town centers for some time, and we see the castle now for Vinch, as Vinch's next goal will be to get a TC up on gold. But it's an awkward choice here. He doesn't know about this gold. He knows about this gold, and there he goes. Good teamwork from running to scout that out as well. So I guess we should just keep an eye on night numbers here. Viper's paying full price. I really think AI can make something happen here. It's just a shame that Classicpro has struggled a little bit with his castle age time, because I think he could have maybe moved out a little bit. But they're just waiting, and oh no, the TC gets denied. This is huge for GamerLegion. They were looking earlier with the scouts and the archers, and they just constantly kept checking the golds. They have an idea of every single gold, too. Okay, except for this one. This is one that's been missed. But look at where they're checking. Tato's making sure Classicpro doesn't expand easily. And that means Jordan's economy lead should be pretty crazy, because he's already on 3 town centers. 2 on the wood, and then 1 on that gold. This is where running will need to carry, guys. No pressure running. You just have to outproduce the Viper. And your flanks are worse off than Viper's flanks right now. But again, no pressure. Have fun. And Vinchester. You know, it hasn't really been Vinchester's series. Always expect better things from him, at least in 1v1s, remember? Top 10, I'd say, these days. Has really started to shine over the last year or so. He's been around forever, right? But you know, I think he started to really prove people right over the past year. Getting second place after losing to the Viper in King of the Desert 4, for example. Kind of started the meta off himself there, too. The 2 militia thing started with Vinchester. Viper adding more stables. Cheap for the Cumans to do this, so he knows he needs numbers. And I don't know. I mean, you look at the overall military count right now, which I think is going to decide a lot of this. It's looking pretty dangerous right now for GamerLegion, because you know running has the cheaper knights. Yeah, Viper's got 15 more villagers, but 60% off knights, and then you have wagons, which are a fairly tanky unit. Look at the coordination here. Classicpro did get his TC up on gold, by the way. And here they come, and this is just not a force that GamerLegion players can contest with. Now, running is saving up stone for a castle, guys. I think with the way this is going right now, if they can continue to pressure this area, they could waltz forward with villagers and drop a castle here. This is an amazing fight. An amazing fight for AI. They need this. They take the military lead. And all of this economy for Tato and for Jordan or whoever, it's all going into army that's just going to get outproduced here. We've seen a lot of teams pick Poles for the flanks and go archers, but we haven't seen the Poles dominate with their cheap knights yet in this tourney. And I'm liking the choice right now. That said, Tato's now here, so you have to be a little careful if you're running. I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Also, Jordan used the TC to focus down some of the crossbows. But they recognize the timing is crucial here. That's the thing. They know the timing's important. Viper knows it too. Viper will drop a castle. And yeah, great hold from GamerLegion in the end. It's getting so dangerous, though. Where's that castle going to be? I think running actually sold the stone. I don't think he placed a castle anywhere. Sorry for looking around. But I saw he had 400 stone. I think he sold it there. No Bodkin? Who doesn't have Bodkin? I think Bodkin's in for everybody. Yeah, we're good on Bodkin, unless it was just researched. Oh, Jordan didn't have it? Okay. This is now very awkward for running because Viper has extended his villager lead. Viper hasn't actually been punished for not making as much army. And they need a target, right? It's about to be 40 knights. This civ is insane. 40 knights. You have to start fighting. But do you want to fight underneath castles? Probably not. Should Viper start getting fletching? Probably. Anything to beef up that castle. Jordan and Tato, I'm sure, are thinking of the Imperial Age. Tato knows that if he were to get hit, this would be bad. And what a heads-up play from him to stonewall this. It's just so many teams don't do things like this. And okay, they didn't know about Viper's castle. And they'll place it further back now. I think they need to dive this TC anyways. They don't realize how little army Viper has had. Their army is just insane compared to what we're seeing from the enemy. Tato moves out. Anything to delay the castle. This is again, just so insanely confident. There's so much army. Jordan's not going to have a good time, but remember, Jordan had a bigger Vil count for a while. So he has to fall back to this gold. Viper's just casually getting relic number 6. Just like the most Viper thing ever. This full boom. But on his way to Imp, guys. Jordan could get defeated. Anyone could get defeated by this army. Except for maybe the Viper. But even still, if this castle wouldn't go up, like... The castles are going to save GamerLegion. This army count is insane. But again, so good from GamerLegion to get the castles and fortifications where they need it. They have the stone walls up on this side already. It's just like AI just so hesitant to force those fights earlier. I think they could have fought and maybe denied Viper's TC. Oh, man. Now, it's worth noting that you don't get heavy camel if you're Kumans. Viper doesn't have that much here. Again, like, can you not just fight around this castle here? I think you have to. Oh, man. Tato's army has to go in and out of Viper's castles. He's trying to find a spot to engage. Jordan's on the other side. He can't even get into the fight that easily. The army count grows. Running takes the score lead. Running still has so many knights in queue. I've been talking about the polls and this Sriracha tech for a while, man. The knights are so cheap. And what they're accomplishing here is insane. Viper's not Imp quite yet. He can't take gold here. He can't take gold here. He's actually running out here to take gold right now. So that's something that maybe Classicpro should be keeping an eye on. Oh, man. I mean, Viper's economy's wide open. They can kill Viper. Maybe forget about this and just go right into the woodline and the farming eco. Oh, Tato. He was off gold. He is now off gold. Classicpro also trying to micro this army, obviously. This is a crazy all-in. And now Classicpro is on the way up. I'm not sure about getting infantry upgrades. They seem to be concerned about Viper, but I like the fact that he's on the way up. And I like the fact that we are continuing to see knight production from running. Viper's castles should, in theory, start to go down against the Rams. There is a point where running should maybe consider canceling a few knights to go up to Imp. But I think that's only when you're at 200 pop, personally. And the concern is Viper just lost a lot on gold. Hard to focus on everything. The concern really is, are you engaging at the right spots and are you engaging against the right players? And it's I think the correct play to be focusing here on Jordan, but ooh. Starting to look a little shaky. Viper has Cavalier. Viper has full armor. That is not something Poles will ever get access to, the full armor. And sure, he loses this castle. But if he can still have gold, keep an eye on how much he has on gold. He can still make Cav, and his army count's looking higher now. The trades are going to be better for him. This still hasn't been denied. Viper's on the gold out there as well. You can tell he's selling things for gold. All of a sudden, GamerLegion bringing it back. Was it enough from running? Because he just canceled some, I think. He just canceled a few. Vinchester also not in the Imperial Age. Jordan has Arbalest. So we have 3 players for GamerLegion. Don't ask me how. They're all in the Imperial Age now. So they will have the stronger armies. They weathered that storm. Crazy, man. Just very impressive from GamerLegion. What else can you say, man? What this team is able to accomplish in situations where other teams would just get rolled is wild to me. Against the best teams, or with the best teams, when they're winning, it's always about surviving the small moments or taking advantage of the small moments. And I guess it was a big moment because of how much army we were talking about. But I felt like when Viper got that initial castle up, that was a time where AI needed to be taking the fights, maybe. But look at this, though. Classicpro, he does have help. It'll be a little awkward if Tato has the archers out, but he denies that Tato town center. And gold is still a very questionable thing in the long term for GamerLegion. But they are going to need to push back some of these castles. Tower for Vinchester. I guess he's Koreans. He just clicked up to Imp. Same with running. So now I guess AI needs to defend for a couple minutes. And Viper has Paladin on the way. What? Paladin on the way. It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, running is almost fully popped. I don't think he should switch units, by the way. I don't think there's really anything else he should make except a lot of knights. Classicpro's Hufnitze would make a big difference here, because the buildings and the fortifications have been what has kept GamerLegion in a good spot. And that is all changing now. Wow, look at running trying to dive for the arbs. I don't know, man. Maybe you just engage against some of the cav, too. Obviously, great move from Tato to back away here as he shoots. This is a fight before Viper gets Paladin. It's against arbs, it's against halbs, it's against wagons. It's a ridiculous fight. Massive armies, but in the end, GamerLegion are going to come out on top. Viper will still have gold access to make more and more Paladin. And maybe those Hufnitze cannons are not going to be able to really move out. Vinchester's army count is at 11 now. And not the funny kind of 11. What's the relic situation? Doesn't really matter, right? But Viper has 6. He got so many relics. Yeah, he's got 6. So he has that with gold as well. On a map like this, it would obviously be better to have gold coverage. But having both is incredible. And also having trade. GamerLegion adding the markets. How are they just consistently 1 or 2 steps ahead? Ooh, big shot. Yeah, and Viper says, I don't care how cheap your cav are. This is the point of the game where the Poles struggle because they're maxed out soon. And that's why I really like how the devs... I mean, I understand there are situations where it feels like it's really hard to stop the all-ins. But Poles would probably be one of the most OP civs in the game if they did get Paladin and they did get the final armor, or even one or the other. But lacking that armor, lacking Paladin, leaves them a little vulnerable if you haven't already killed the opponent. His Viper's now maxed out. What a day he's had. And I just... The army count's decent. The Vil count's decent. Just still feel like the tech, man. The tech is going to be so much stronger for GamerLegion here. The big weak point is Vinch right now. Vinch is trying to go Onager. But Vinch, he was committed to wagons, and now he's just not. So I don't know what he makes in this instance here. Okay, villager attacking a lion. I know you all needed to see that. Hal Hufnitze, huge. Technically, this counters everything that's being thrown at them. Obviously, numbers do matter here, but if the cannons are able to hit, any of the arbs will melt, and the halbs could melt the paladins too. Tato with his own cannons, though, getting some good shots, and Viper just gets in here. Well played from Viper. The arbs will then take care of the halbs. And while the Cavalier are still flowing for running, oh my god. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Look at the number difference right now. Running has a lot. AI are not finished yet. If they can give Vinchester time... Okay, we've got to pause. If they can give Vinchester time to contribute, can you imagine? Because the numbers look pretty reasonable all across the board. These are normal civs, normal situation. Yes. We've got high military count, high eco count. Over here, insane military count, high eco count. All this is good. This is not. But if you... The total army count is 120 for both teams. Vinch needs to get into the game here. Also, Jordan switching Eagles. Do you guys like that or do you hate that? I'm not sure I'm actually the biggest fan of that choice. It's very costly on gold, which I guess is fine for now. Maybe the reason for that is it's good against whatever we're going to see from Vinchester. Against All-In Cavalier, it still would have some problems. I would prefer they go for a lot of range. But the unit I really want to see is Mameluke from Tato. If Tato loves me like he says he does, if we're actually friends, he's going to go Elite Mameluke. Elite Mameluke would wreck here. But you need to mass them. It takes a lot of time. It's a lot of resources, and that's the tricky thing about it. Okay. I guess Elite Eagles means that the Halberdiers struggle a bit more. But at the same time, you have Arbs as well. Production is still out of this world for running. And there's so much gold in the map. I mean, this game could continue for a long, long time. Giving Vinchester the time. By the way, Jordan still with his drush here. Well played, Jordan. Make Mameluke. Make Mameluke. Make Mameluke. He's getting upgrades. He's still making ARPs. Or at least he was. Yo, Viper, where's your paladins here, buddy? Where's your paladins? He's down to 20 paladins. It's 50 cav for running. What a game. I really want AI to win this because I want more games today. But at the same time, the hold was so epic from GamerLegion. They're doing everything right, and Tato could make Mamelukes. Francine, I appreciate you trying to help me with pronunciations. You must be new here. It's not going to help. I do try, but there's just too many foreign words for me, my simple brain. I'll get better someday. Fortified wall right now for Jordan. Yeah, and they're just thinking about the long term. Eventually, if the gold in the middle is gone, which would take forever, the trade is going to be the biggest thing. It's just an interesting one because it's the norm to add the trade at this time, but I don't know if it necessarily matters right now. Oh my god, that attack round from Tato. Make Mameluke. Make Mameluke. 30 to 40 elite Mamelukes, I think, would be amazing here. Viper obviously needs to keep that paladin count up. Oh, man. Korean onagers. They're not in their final form yet. Oh, man. Oh, there's a rock in the middle of the sand. Oh, sheesh. That was rough. It could have been way worse there, obviously. Guys, AI now have 40 more army. And that 40 is Vinchester coming into the thick of things here. He continues with onagers, and he continues with halps. It's definitely going to contribute. Tato, make Mamelukes. Please. Please make some Mamelukes. Ooh, he's got fills over here. Ooh, he's got vision, too. And he will know that they don't have trade. It almost seems like Viper's trying to raid gold units. There's a couple instances. Yeah, see this? Viper's killing villagers on gold. The problem is the more villagers you kill, the more army they get. Look, now he has more pop space for army. This should maybe be the target for Classicpro. Target these castles. Tato's not going to make Mamelukes. Why did you get... Oh, yes! Yes, 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 yes. Mamelukes, guys. The new Mamelukes especially are harder to stop. And Mamelukes have always been good against Halb, and against Siege, and against Cav. The main weakness of the Mameluke is just getting there. But Tato is thinking about it. Elite Mameluke on the way. They're not Memalukes, guys. They're Mamelukes. They're good. Oh, and Viper got through over here. Oh, jeez. No, Viper, delete your paladins. I don't want this to finish the game. Delete them. I want Mamelukes. Please and thank you. Great move, though. I guess they recognized this still had some houses in it. Jordan just deleted a gap for Viper to run in. Oh, man, that hurts Vinch so much because now he has to send Halbs back here. And now they'll probably lose grounds more towards the middle. Okay. Tato still has to deal with this giant ball of who needs it, but Viper happy to sacrifice a few paladins every now and then to kill them. And just taking out 2 here does such a it does wonders for Tato. Sorry, been a long day. Because he just needs to hold this position and wait for Mamelukes. And once he gets the Mamelukes, everyone's happy. And the game is over, right? Now, running has to deal with the raids because Viper has spread out. We might even see Tato build some things up on this side. Tato actually has overboomed a little. This is where it gets complicated because 100 villagers isn't necessarily that much. But then you add 50 trade carts, and then you only have 50 pop space to make military. And the GG is actually called. Sad times we didn't see a single Mameluke. Wait. Hey, Mamelukes, let's go. Sad times. But yeah, these things are pretty insane at this point. And I think it would have worked out in the long term there. But GG. And what a hold from GamerLegion. But can we go back real quick? Let's go back. I would have to check the stats, but I'm lazy for that, so we're just going to click around. Probably end up wasting more time. Okay, so right around here. I think this is the moment they can win. 2 minutes till Viper's in the next age. If they see Jordan's making this castle, which maybe they didn't see. Let's take a look. Okay, right here. You say, all right, boom. Pressure the gold. Say, forget about Jordan. Who cares? We're talking about gold here. I think you can even... I think you can even take Viper's castle out. I guess they eventually did run through here. And maybe they just didn't have quite enough. But even here, right now, I think you stay. I think running was a mistake. Or not running the player. But I think leaving the area is a mistake. Viper's has to get Bod Canero. All he has is just a little bit of army and castles. Okay, they stayed here. Okay, I'm misremembering it. Forgive me. Oh, man, it's insane. I still, like, on paper right here, I think they should win. Maybe the other thing is they needed Classicpro to stop Viper from getting this gold here. Because Viper gets that TC up, which, honestly, credit to Viper. He obviously then loses all the villagers. This is still so perplexing, man. Viper's got 14 on gold. He's got so little gold. I would be shaking my head if I was AI right now as to how they didn't win this game. Did they need Rams faster from Vinchester? I still feel like this game should be over from here. I guess the ticket was Jordan and Tato were able to come in and help because they had so much army. Yeah, again, like the army kind of split up. Maybe they just needed to take out the castles. Incredible from GamerLegion there. At the end of the day, if Viper's having a rough time, the other flanks are there, and that goes both ways. Economically, Viper had a lot more food and gold in that game, and I think that was a great strat from AI. I'm really happy we got to see Pulse in that spot. In fact, remember that one. GamerLegion might actually think that that's a strategy they want to use in the semifinals or the finals, if they make it there, of course. Viper with 349 kills. We had Tato with an incredible KD, even Jordan as well. Obviously, a lot of the strategy for the AI team was just to patrol in a lot of knights, and so ultimately you're going to take some losses. Normally, losing 428 knights would mean that you lost the game a long time ago, but didn't end up mattering there. And we have a 3-0 in a best of 7. All right, so Nomad start, game number 4. From the casting perspective, you never want to see a sweep, right? But GamerLegion have looked fantastic. And actually, Viper's been fired. Viper was not good enough in the previous games, clearly. And we're going to have Doubt, Tato, and Jordan. So Doubt is playing as the Spanish. And he is town centering the middle with the Spanish. And then in front of him, we have Jordan. And Jordan playing as the Khmer. And then way over on the right side, interesting decision for Tato to go over here. We have Tato playing as the Aztecs. Now, the biggest thing I'll say is that you have, so I'm going to zoom out a bit. You have golden stone here. You have lots of food and a little bit of wood here. And then you have a ton of wood, less food, but and less gold on the right side. So I don't know. I think maybe it's just showing how hungry I am right now, but think Neapolitan ice cream. You know, the ice cream that has 3 flavors. That's kind of what this map is right now. So it tastes very different than that, I'm sure. Now, for the other team, we have running. And this makes more sense to me. We have running in the green. Running is playing as the Berbers. In the blue, we have Chinese for Classicpro. And then in the teal, we have Hindustanis for Vinchester. And I actually think the civilizations overall are actually a bit stronger and more well-rounded for AI. I'm a little unsure on how Khmer are going to be utilized. I don't think Khmer's bonuses necessarily play out fantastically well here for GamerLegion. But they didn't have many choices, so they had to go with something, and we've gone with the Khmer. But this is what I've normally seen, okay? We have scouts from one player. So I believe that will be Jordan going scouts. And I believe that will be maybe Classicpro going scouts. Maybe not, actually, but let's just say he could go scouts. You have Fast Castle Unique Unit from another player. So Civ like Berbers, that is the Civ that normally would go Fast Castle Unique Unit. However, where Berbers are positioned, it makes me think otherwise. I think this could be for water control. But yeah, you have scouts, you have Fast Castle Unique Unit, and then you have a water player. That is the 3 roles that I'm used to. Those are the 3 roles I think we're going to see for GamerLegion. But the only one I'm 100% certain on is Doubt, because you pick Spanish here because Spanish have an incredible start on Nomad, building their town center faster. And if Doubt is able to secure some golden stone out here, it's going to be tough to stop him once he gets to Conks. But this is a focus area. So here's what I think is going to happen from I keep wanting to say the Sal's team, but the AI team. I actually think we have Classicpro open archers. And I think we have Vinchester open scouts. Because Hindustanis probably aren't going to go Fast Castle Unique Unit. I think we see full feudal from these two. And then running will try and compete on water and dominate there. And then he'll figure it out from there. Obviously, if he wins water with Berbers, he'll have a lot of food to fund his cheap knights. If Tato wins water, then, you know, he'll be able to boom up and maybe mix in some pikes and some monks, whatever. But let's assume the water is going to be 50-50 for a while. I'm going to give Tato the edge there because I think he's the better water player. I assume that will be even. And then it comes down to the scouting from Classicpro and Vinch, and you can see it already. Scouting and the signaling. So they've said, hey, Doubt's gold is here. This is our focus. We'll see if we see any villagers go to gold for Classicpro. Does he see any? I guess he's kind of far away from any gold. Oh, he doesn't see this. I don't like double scouts because palisade walls can wall out entire scout armies. Okay. And now, this wonderful scouting from Classicpro sees the stone. Again, you have one player go archers, the other player goes scouts. Show the scouts first, they wall in the villagers, and then show up with archers, and then Doubt could be in trouble. I think Doubt will make a tower on the gold, and I think he's going to make a tower on his stone, just expecting that. But again, is there any gold income for Classicpro? Don't go double scouts. Kind of late with the barracks. He's actually late to having the wood he needs. Plenty of food. And, ooh, interesting. Hold on. 4 on gold for running. Does he have a lumber camp yet? This is not... It's going to be completely different on the water. Tato adding militia. Tato will go man-at-arms. But the difference in uptimes between these two makes me think that running is actually trying a fast castle play. Got a mill. No barracks yet. Does Tato know about all of this stuff? Oh, jeez. Also, double scout is just not good either. Doubt won't even have to make a tower. I guess... Yeah, I don't know the conversations we're having here between these guys. I don't know why they're signaling over here. But I can tell you that I like the way this is going for GamerLegion, at least from what I'm seeing right now. This is something that maybe running needed to scout. And I'm assuming he lost his camel, or it's just not in position. It's currently right here, so he's late to seeing it. Now Classicpro is going to be like, guess I defend myself now? Which means Doubt will not get hit at all here. And I think that's the big thing. Doubt not getting hit means that he can freely, you can assume, go fast castle into conks, which is normally a pretty risky thing to do. And, oh, jeez. You just don't scout one single building, and you can lose 3 villagers just like that. But, okay, this gets cleared. It ends up being 2. But now Tato has a spearman. Now Tato has the archers. Ah, oh, jeez. I'd be so frustrated right now if I were Classicpro. Okay, so here's running. So running has literally run all the way over here. And look at Doubt. Doubt's got his camel here. And he's looking for damage from Jordan. So Jordan's trying to find something to do. And Doubt is just tracking it. Running just ate the goats or something? That was weird. And I don't know. Running's trying fast castle. Camel archer? Oh, but he had to run so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Ouch. Great work here from Vinch, by the way. This pressure, though, is so bad for Classicpro. It's interesting to see the eco difference right now. I'm not sure the reasons for this. You know, it feels like that's going to change in a bit, right? Tato backs away, running, able to save 3 villagers, running on the way up now. Doubt's going to be on the way. Doubt's going to drop a castle. Doubt has been completely untouched this game. The thing that is confusing for me on this map, guys, is, and I actually am unsure on how it all develops because I haven't played the map myself. I will have to look at it in Dark Age. I think it's very hard to decide on where you want to build your TC because it depends on your villager spawn. So maybe Running's villagers didn't spawn towards the middle, which is what he wanted originally. And so he had to adapt. Holy scouts for Classicpro, though. Oh, my word. He's got quite a few weak ones, though. And yeah, that's a great fight for Tato. Yeah, just spear archer, spear archer, spear archer. And you can make heavy spears because the only military that's out for the enemy on land is scouts. There's not a single archer out. I do like what Running did, though. He sniped a lot of Tato's fishing ships. His micro's been really good with that. I think he expects to lose fish himself, but he's just killing as much as possible, and that's going to help out here. Doubt obviously will have his castle, and now he's making one of the best unique units in the game. And he's been virtually untouched. Villager goes down for Running. Scouts from Classicpro accomplished nothing here. And now Running needs a castle, but Running is still 200 stone away. It just... I don't know, guys. It's just not looking good. Oh, and Jordan got in! Jordan is in over here as well. Jordan scouts. This group, let me check. 8 total kills for Jordan. So he's been killing villagers everywhere over here, and you can see it. It's low for Running. It's low for Classicpro. It's also pretty low right now for Vinch. Yeah, and, okay, Fish still alive. For Running. Good stuff. But Tato has been able to disrupt 2 players with 1 army, and that's the dream scenario. Yeah, I have to go back and look at the start, but now all these villagers die because you have a ranged unit. Well played from Doubt and well played from Jordan. But yeah, I wonder if Running's vills all spawned to the right, which really screwed up his strategy. Yep, now you can't take the gold. This is over. GamerLegion, much like Aftermath in the second quarterfinal, smashing and not really having much of a test. But again, this one's just still weird to me. Now Tato's underneath the tower. And I don't even know why Vinchester's over here in the first place. I guess he's trying to get to wood because he's trapped. If you make skirms, you just die to... I guess there's not any knights, but Jordan's got all-in scouts, so Jordan could just use that. And okay, the castle is now up for Running. It's like, yeah, guys, I can make camel archers now. Woo! See how little pressure there has been on Tato, Jordan, and Doubt? It's because GamerLegion opened up in a way to take initiative. They took the initiative on land in this position. Jordan took initiative on land as well. Doubt's scouting was incredible to be able to tell Jordan where to go. So I have to commend him for that. But you had 2 players versus 2 players in Feudal Age. And the double scout composition just did not accomplish much here. And just desperate engagements. So much value for Tato constantly. Even if he loses this army, just think of what it's done. 115 economy versus 81. Jordan still producing scouts. He's not finished yet. Ooh, this is sneaky. Okay, Vinchester getting the TC up there. That feels like a really important thing. And oh my god, the scouts. How are they so good at scouting? Doubt's waiting. Jordan's waiting. I think they might not be able to stop that because it's a little far away from their armies here, but still. I didn't actually realize Vinch was in Castle Age as fast as he is here. So he'll mix in some camels with the camel archers. Tato has cleared up Running's fish, which could actually lead to him making more fish. Also, there's 2 relics on each little island, so he could snag those too when he's in castle. Doubt, living the dream. It's not like he's all in, right? His eco is very strong. 2 TCs now. So his lead continues to grow and grow and grow. Vinch might be in Castle Age, but Vinch has 25 villagers right now. Oh, man. He actually can't take wood. That's what's weird. He's got 4 villagers on wood. Oh, okay, sorry, 6. I didn't realize that. But still, that's not great. Jordan with the casual elephant lore 23 minutes into the game as he's on his way to Castle Age. Let's see. Can he get it? It's a different stage of the game. Will he make a mistake? Nope. Well played. And yeah, they see this now. So they're a little late to this. Probably disappointed that they allowed the opposition on the gold. But they've now taken the opponent off of water. They denied the gold for a very long time. And if Tato can continue to have... Or actually, not Tato, because it's awkward for him. I don't even know what he's going to make. At this point, he's a bot with that army composition. But yeah, it's still pretty easy for this army to roam around for Jordan in Doubt and stop AI from getting to different areas. So let's think about it. If GamerLegion wins this game, let's use this time to have a conversation about the semis. I don't know what order they're played in, but I know that it will be Aftermath versus Suomi. That will be a ridiculous set. I think Aftermath probably still go in there as the favorites, but I do think they underperformed based on what they could achieve today. And I say that even though they won 4-0, I really think there were some mistakes and some things that maybe Suomi could take advantage of. And then if GamerLegion wins this, which I think it's fair to say, they will be up against Los Machos, which is Miguel, Dogal, and Slam. And I do have GamerLegion as the pretty clear favorites there. I spoke to Miguel, and Miguel said that they're happy they won because there were 3 maps they had 0 strats for. So they have time to prepare. And their set went to 7 games, and I think it was pretty clear on their losses that they just didn't really have strats for some of the boomy maps. Don't think they can get away with that against GamerLegion, and I think GamerLegion has just played so clean and crisp today. It's not like AI... If you compare how AI played against GamerLegion to how the Fantastic 3 played against Aftermath, I feel like AI has actually performed way better. Like if AI and the Fantastic 3 were to play, I think that it would be a 4-2 or 4-1 for AI. But yeah, a lot of the usual team names making it into the semifinals. Los Machos being the one team that that was, I don't know if you could say the surprise, but the one team that wasn't in everyone's predictions. Whereas I think GamerLegion, Suomi, and Aftermath, those 3 would have been in the predictions. Wasn't Slam a part of GL? Yeah, but he is not playing with GL because I guess he wouldn't have had opportunities, so... I told Slam, listen, I'll give you my spot on Los Machos as long as you give me 10% of the prize pool, and he said done. So Slam replaced me. And he's done a pretty good job. That's not exactly how it went down. I was going to be a bench player for Los Machos, but I said that I'm not good enough to get any playing time. I'd be busy, and I wouldn't be able to help those guys. Those guys are too good. They're too prepared right now. And so there's the GGs. Just 10%. Don't clip it. All right, don't clip it. I didn't actually speak to Slam, but I spoke to Miguel and Dogalin, and they had initially said I could join, but I didn't think it would be a good fit. GG. Wow, GamerLegion with 4-0 statement. GamerLegion, I think, again, as I just stated, are the favorites to make it to the final. They looked really good here. I think Viper is firing on all cylinders. Jordan and Tato firing on all cylinders. And then Doubt also firing on all cylinders. But can we look, before we sum up this whole series, can we look at the build positions? Because the thing is, you don't want to delay your TC. Okay. So we have 6 villagers. Okay, so that's what makes it different. I always forget about that. 6 villagers. Can I double-click the vills for running? It's very hard to click this. Ugh. It's not letting me click. Where are his vills at? Can I cancel these? I guess that helps a little bit. So yeah, if he wanted to go for camel archers, based on what I'm seeing here, he could have used these 2 villagers to TC here. And then he could have used these 2. Oh, that's one of them is a camel. That villager to come in and build the TC. I guess, I mean, he saw this right away and figured he could get a fast town center up and went for it. It seems like it's fairly spread out. It's hard to see in the minimap. But the players do still have a choice. Like, for example, Jordan. 2 villagers here, 2 villagers here, 2 villagers here. I'm just not sure, and I assume that's how it was for everyone. I'm just not sure about trying to take stone when you start over here. It just feels like a bad strat. If you start over here, take water. That was my first instinct. But like the last thing you need to rely on is stone, because that's the only resource you don't have. That would be like loading into Force Nothing. But that's like, okay, I got a great example. Spawning here and then trying to go all the way over here to get stone is like going to McDonald's and trying to get a salad. Can you get a salad at McDonald's? Yeah, you can. Is it the best salad? Probably not. Is it that healthy for you? Probably not. And is it a waste of your time? Sorry, McDonald's, but yeah, probably. Now, I don't eat there anymore, but that's kind of what I was thinking. That's what came to mind for me. Oh, wow, amazing stats. Here are the actual stats. Doubt with 40 kills. And then 5 losses. And again, I think double scout is also really bad. So if I'm sitting here as a caster saying this in Dark Age, something's gone wrong there. To not know that opening range and going archers alongside that is, just archer scout is the way to do it. It's very weird. I mean, I would even prefer scout tower over just pure scout. Like, get there and at least do something. But, yeah, you know, water under the bridge at this point. This is a new team. Classicpro and Vinchester know each other well. They didn't play with running before. Having brought him in, I think that he played well, and there's definitely many ways to improve. So, to everyone who watches this in the future on YouTube, I want to say thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, as always. Make sure you like and support where you can, because now I'm never going to be sponsored by McDonald's, which was my dream. RIP! And yeah, I will be uploading the semifinals and obviously streaming, then casting, then uploading the semifinals, Battle of Africa 3 as well as the final. We'll have 2 best of 7 semis, should be bangers, and then best of 9 finals. So looking forward to it.